donated. Industries gave a lot of donations. International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. We got a lot of monies coming into the country. We need to know, how did we spend it? Mbide?
Yes, Andrew Chamagero, of course, many good-hearted Ugandans from here and from abroad were contributing, as well as companies contributing to this fight against COVID-19. But a section of some members of parliament, as well as civil society, are demanding to know how much money was contributed, how many goods were brought to the office of the Prime Minister. And here with me is the head of the task force, that is the task COVID-19 response team, Honorable Medical Okurut. Good morning to you, Honorable.
Good morning, and good morning, viewers.
And Honorable, people want to know how much money so far has been collected by you, your team, and how have you been able to distribute whatever you've been able to get in terms of money and goods in kind?
Thank you very much, and this is a very pertinent question. And even though we have been giving updates, sometimes other people don't get the information, and that's where you find that there is a lot of misinformation. So before I answer your question, social media is a double-edged sword. It can give us, and it does give us, very useful information, but so many times it is also abused. For instance, anybody can get, like, for instance, New Vision and change this headline and put something else and put it on social media, and people will believe it. So just a few days ago, they got New Vision and they put a very, very fake headline saying all COVID money has been stolen, you know, that kind of thing. And of course we have been giving an explanation. So far, what we got from donations is what is on the account, and that is what there is 29.3 billion. And once again, we want to thank all the people who have given donations, Ugandans and others out there. And the vehicles that we received were 70, and these included the double cabin pickups, but there were also other vehicles. And in consultation with the Ministry of Health, these ones were flagged off by the President, and they're already doing a very good job in the districts. But of course, we know that the other donations were in terms of foodstuff and PPEs, and those the food would directly give it to the Ministry of, rather the Directorate of Disaster Preparedness here, and that team was headed by Honorable Musa Chweru, and of course the PPEs would pass them over to the Ministry of Health. Of course, there are very many people who brought in fresh food, and that fresh food would immediately dispatch it to the hospitals after discussing with the Ministry of Health. So that is what we have, 29.3 billion, and it is at a collection account in Bank of Uganda. So all these are the things that people are saying are lies. The money is there. And moreover, where accountability is concerned, we made sure that the donations, the cash donations especially, and even the food donations and other items, at the beginning, the President would read out whatever donation had come in. Then, because there were so many, we started using the print media. Everything was put in the print media.
Maybe what the people want is that not have the money stuck in the bank accounts. Maybe they want to see you reaching out, maybe now that the schools are opening, to say that now the students don't have maybe the masks, maybe they don't have the sanitizers. Maybe
yes,
they want to see you getting this money out and maybe supporting such causes other than the money being stuck in the banks.
No, not really, because like I said, the President was the first person to get a donation of $150,000. So that is how this idea of putting up a team, a committee, came up. And he guided and said, whatever donations come in terms of money, in terms of cash, we should use that money to do something which is durable. not just buying masks or sanitizers. And that is why he said we have to strengthen the health sector. So that is why he said that, for instance, this money which is there, because the committee, we have been having meetings with him together with the Minister of Health, and what was decided was that there should be 2 pickups per district. 2 pickups, so that the health sector is strengthened in terms of mobility. So that is 282 pickups. Those will be going to the district. So when you talk about masks and sanitizers, yes, but with the guidance from the President and from the Minister of Health and the committee, like I have already said, the President said this money should do something durable. So it is not only pickups. Actually, they have already put in an order to purchase the pickups, but it is not only pickups. The border posts, the border points, we know that the influx of people coming in has been one of the problems of, like bringing in COVID. So part of this money, and plans were already submitted, part of this money is going to build holding camps for at every border, so that, when people come in, they can have somewhere where they are going to be tested, where they can have a meal, where, if it is necessary, they can even spend a night. Because we know that there is a problem at the border points.
But
So that is what some of this money is going to do. And it is going to build 2 blood banks in Soroti and Arua.
Okay.
Yes.
And then there's also a concern that maybe is it the priority setting? Is it the pickups first, or now that the country lacks emergency kits, like also, for example, when you talk about testing, not enough facilities available to test the big numbers, because you see the numbers surging, and then we don't have the centers, maybe the hospitals, don't have enough kits to test
But
the people.
the-
Saying
but,
that maybe
the-
go for testing first rather than the pickups.
No, like I have already said, that was the guidance of HE, the President, who in the first instance put up this committee with a vision in mind. But of course, you are very well aware that government, Minister of Health, is not seated. So what you are talking about is being tackled by government, by Minister of Health. But these donations are specific. Because now, if we said we are buying sanitizers for all schools, but like I have already said, the money is looking at something that will be durable. Yes, and that will help in the mobility of the people. Like the blood banks, those are very, very important. Like the border holding points, where people who are coming in can be tested. Oh, those are important, and they will stay.
What do you tell those politicians who have seen speaking out that the money, the COVID money, is the one that is being used by government and NRM
To buy
bicycles, motorcycles, and all that, that is going into political activity?
No, but I have already told you, and that kind of talk, that is careless talk, like I have said, we would publish whoever has brought a donation in the print media. So it's not a secret. And really, for me, answering such questions, because it is baseless, it's not true, it cannot, nobody can, we are not mad, nobody can get that kind of money and start buying bicycles for NRM. That is Worokoso. Very, very cheap talk.
Okay, you call it Worokoso. Honorable Medical Recruit, you are a politician,
Yes.
you are an educationist, and now you are also heading this task force. As you wind up, you are trying to fight COVID-19, but we are also in an elective season. Politicians are going to busy time. We are going to see rallies. As someone who is also in a task force of fighting COVID-19, you're a politician. What do you tell Ugandans now that we are entering through this phase?
First of all, I want to appreciate the leadership, the strategic leadership, the exemplary leadership that HE, the President, has always shown, not just during these COVID times, but even when we have been hit by pandemics. But now, you remember that the Lancet said that Uganda, we are the 10th best at controlling this virus. So my appeal is that please, during the elections, first of all, we are talking about rallies. But we are not supposed to have rallies because of the crowds.
But we've seen it before in the primaries.
But whoever had those rallies was really taken on. Because you see, now we have started what they call Okuregeza. But we see that the numbers of people who are getting COVID is going up. And the deaths are going up. So please, it is very important that we follow the guidelines, because otherwise we shall put everybody's life at stake. Yes, it just needs discipline. It just, you know, like the president keeps on saying, we are talking about life and death. Let us choose life.
Okay, finally, are people still bringing in donations?
Now, when the numbers started going up, there are a few companies that have called in and said now the numbers are going up and the deaths are going up, so we are trying to see what more we can bring to help our people. So then, and they are welcome. You know, we have very many people with hearts of gold, and we thank them.
Thank you so much, Honorable Mary Carol Okurut, the head of the task force for fighting COVID-19 that was set up by government. She's also the minister in charge of general duties in the office of the Prime Minister. She's a writer, a politician, and above all, she's a woman member of parliament for Boshenyi district. This is Morning at NTV. Thank you for being a part of us. Stephen Mbidi on Fefe Switchbuga, handing you back to Romeo Busiku, to Andrew Chamagero, who is there on Morning at NTV.